You know, one of the things that remind me of my childhood is peanut brittle. There's so many different ways to make it today, but when we were kids, we'd actually come home from school, melt sugar, stir some peanuts into it, and those were our sweets. You know, our granny used to make it, our mum used to make it, and then salty caramel things came into it, and I love to use salted nuts, but I also like to pump it up a little bit, and I like to use like sexy nuts, like pistachios mixed with my peanuts and some lovely rose petals. You can do what you want with it, but the most important thing is to melt your sugar first. So I'm going to take you to 2 pots. I'm going to take you through the first stage where we will go into the first pot, and this is all about patience. Okay, so we spoke about the 2 pots. The first pot is going to have the sugar. I'm going to go into the first pot with the sugar. Have a look, follow me here, and you will see that the sugar goes into this pot. As I was saying, it takes a lot of patience. Sugar and water, okay? And you're going to get 1 chance to put a spoon in here, and that's your last chance until later. So just mix it up, and we switch it on and let it slowly melt. Now I'm going to take you to the second pot. My second pot is over here. I'm going to switch it back on again. And what I'm looking for is the sugar starts to melt. I can now actually touch it, okay? And as you can see, I have this beautiful, look at that lovely syrup. Now you can decide, do you want it to be beautiful in amber? Would you like it to be a little bit less colorful? I've made 2, I'll show you the amber version, but this one I want to keep nice and clean and clear because I'm going to add my nuts to it. Have a look, see? And because I've got these gorgeous pink rose petals, I don't want to spoil the color. I want to have that lovely sort of rosy hue. So I've put in here a lovely combination of peanuts and pistachio nuts. Have a look at that. Oh, this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm giving you 2 beautiful options of how you could use this recipe, okay? So just to touch base again, we melted it and we just let it cook out gently and slowly. The most important thing here, people, is that you do need to make sure that when you start spreading your mixture out, that you use a board that is well greased or sprayed. You can even put some silicone sheet down if you like, because the sugar is very sticky. And you need to start working with the sugar while it is still nice and warm, okay? But remember, sugar does burn. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this because I was bragging about how much I love salty caramel. Okay, so this is looking absolutely glorious. I'm going to let it cook out for another couple of minutes. I've got a tiny bit of amber there. I do want some amber, but I don't want it too dark. And then I'm going to just pour it into my tin and let it set. So the minute the bubbles, you can have a look at the top here. I want the bubbles to reach the whole top of the nuts. And once that has happened, I'll give it a bit of a stir and then pour it into my tin, okay? I just need the sugar to cook down. That's looking so good. I want to check that lovely saltiness. Now be careful, don't be silly, you know, because sugar burns. Oh my goodness. That salty deliciousness, I can't even begin to tell you. I just would like this to cook out just for another couple of minutes, and then we're going to just put it onto our tray and spread it. But in the meantime, let me bring you to the other one that I've already made. I made this a day up front. Just look how beautiful it is. Just have a look here and have a look, see? Doesn't that look just absolutely amazing? Isn't that incredible? Just have a look at that beautiful thin sheet. And now, as I said, this reminded me of the fun fair. It reminded me of growing up as a child when my granddad would take us out to the beach, and then we'd get a toffee apple. I love toffee apples. And the most delicious brittle. So So while that's pumping away, I'm thinking I'm going to make shards. We pop that forward. Just have a look at that. And I'm going to go, how glorious is that? That's just a little piece. You can make it as big or as small as you like. I love to take the brittle and stick it on the side of cakes or stick it into little cupcakes, into the children's lunch boxes where you control it. Just have a look at that. Oh my goodness. This is, oh, can you hear that cracking? Look at that. Over the top. Come and have a look right inside my brittle. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely fantastic? And next to me, just bubbling away, is the other part of this brittle. So this is ready, guys. I'm going to take this. Oh yes, this is almost there. That's going to go into my pan. Remember, a little tip here is to make sure your spoon is oiled so that the sugar doesn't stick all over it, okay? This is glorious. Right, the moment I've been waiting for. Please be careful, sugar is very hot and you can't make this without your mums and your dads and your granddads and anybody in the house that's going to help you. And then the other thing you need to do almost immediately that you've done this is to take your pot and put water in it because the sugar will set. And then I just want to take some of these beautiful, if you come down, look here, look right into my pan. I'm going to take these beautiful Turkish rose petals and I'm going to just strewn them all over the top. And this is what I call, have a look at this face, darling. This is what Jenny calls romantic brittle.